Hey guys, welcome to Cymru Under the Hood. Today we've got a 1988 Volkswagen Vanagon. It's a little different. This one's got a 1.8T turbo. If you've seen my shorts in the past, you might have seen this. This wasn't my conversion, this was done somewhere else, but today we're going to give it a test drive and give you a little info on it, do a couple of little repairs on it. Nothing crazy, but I thought it was pretty neat and I thought I'd show you guys, and we'll go for a ride. So yeah, let's jump into it. If you got any questions, drop them down below in the comments, and I'll get back to you with as much of the information I can give you. Okay, there's a view of the engine bay, and you can see they've got this bracket made to lift it up a bit because the 1.8T sits a little high, as you can see right there. And there's the old cover mount right there, so you've got it up so about inch and a half higher, and then yeah, that's an overall look of the 1.8T turbo upgrade. Fits in there pretty nicely. Yeah, hopefully that's a good view for you guys, so you can at least get an idea of what it looks like. And we've got the standard. It looks like the standard Volkswagen transmission. They must have done some gear changing in there to handle that power. And then, yeah, there you go. And we'll go for a quick ride here in a minute, and I'll give you some of that. Okay, so from exterior, it looks like it's pretty standard. The lights are grayed out, and then it has disc brakes on the front. Which are conversions from an A4 1980, no, hang on, spit my words out. It's a 1998 Audi A4 front wheel brakes. And then it's got just drums on the back. So, you know, for a 1.8T turbo, you know, honestly, there's not much of a difference when you're looking at it, apart from, you know, it's got the little sticker. But we're going to go for a little ride here, and I'm going to show you how she gets along. So here we'll go for a quick test drive. We've got a little boost gauge here, just so we can keep track of the boost. This does have some software to it, and there's like an old cruise control switch here off an Audi as well. And I guess that's how you change between the different programs for giving more horsepower, so you can just standard, middle of the range, or like sports. I think what Tom was saying, he usually runs it right in the middle. So we just fixed a boost problem. Boost pressure hose going to the wastegate had a vacuum leak. Well, not vacuum leak, it had a leak in it, so it was allowing the pressure to escape. And the wastegate was just like barely opening. So we're gonna check it here in a minute when I get some boost on it. And the blow off valve should open up for me, because before we were hitting 15 to 20. Did sound like it blew off that time, so, or the wastegate opened. So let's see. Yes, so it hit 15. We'll try and get it in a minute. I know it's kind of hard to see the sunlight shining on it, and my daughter's having a hard time holding on there. We'll do it on the straight in a minute, and then I'll have her focusing on the boost so you can see it. It hits 15, and then that wastegate opens, and then it dumps the excess off of it. But before, what it was doing, it was hitting that 15 and it kept on going, and you could feel the car was just not happy at all. So, but I kind of like the conversion on this. It looks really neat in there. I guess Stefan's Autos down in California did it. It's really clean. He's had it for a while now. But as for driving, it drives really nice. That 1.8T in there, oh man, if they'd have come with that originally, what a game changer. Alright, here we go. So she's going to focus on that now. Yeah, look on the flat. Okay. Yeah, it definitely seemed to hit 15 and yeah, there you go. Yeah, wastegate opened and then it dropped. But before, what was happening is that wastegate wasn't opening. And it was not happy at all. See, it's definitely got some poke in it. I mean, considering you're in a van, still not. There it goes. Man, it's better, but I'd still say it's not quite opening quick enough. I don't know. Maybe that's to do with his tune as well. I'm not sure where he's got it set right now. But man, it sure does go like a scalded cat. So it's probably hard with the sun today for you to see what's going on too. I want to go for 5th gear. Man, if it had 5th gear, that would be friggin' awesome. I'm gonna try and close the windows in a minute when we get the boost going again. I want to try and.
How do we close them?
Yeah, okay.
Little buttons.
Yeah, little buttons.
That's funny.
This one was probably wind up originally, because otherwise it'd have a button, 2 buttons on this side, 1 button on your side for the windows. So that was probably aftermarket add-ons. So, man, it is toasty today, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he's talking about, the little squeaky hearing.
Oh, that one too. There's 2. I heard this one, and then there's like a that one. What do you think it is?
Well, that's what he was asking about on the, he said, and it is, it's only when the brakes are on.
So what do you think it is?
I'm not sure, I mean, that one's, I might have to try to figure out if it's coming from the back or the front.
Well, there's 2.
There is 2, I only hear 1.
Really?
Yeah.
There's one in the back, but
It's
I think...
an old person's hearing. I guess I can only hear the front. I tell you what, we'll stick Lola in the back, and she can have a little listen to see if it sounds louder back there when I do it. So.
We're going in the back right now.
Yeah, why not? Because then I can slow down. Alright, well, determined that it's definitely in the front, so we'll take this back to the shop and try and determine what that squeak is from. The brakes. But man, what a beautiful day. Okay, Haber. Beautiful. And then back into the trees. But yeah, I definitely fixed the boost. It's definitely drops off when it hits that 15 bar, so I'm happy about that. Now we just got to get rid of that squeak. Man, it is only when the brakes are on. It's kind of weird. But other than that, it drives great. I just thought I'd take you guys for a ride today so you can see what one of these is like and what they go like. He's also got a gauge up here for miles per gallons and all that stuff as well. You see that? Oh, hey, ho! There he is. I've seen quite a few vans that have those.
Hard to be a passenger in this car.
What, get thrown around everywhere?
Yeah, I don't like
get
it.
Some whiplash?
Yeah, not for me.
I don't know. It's fun to drive, that's for sure. But trying to get this going for Tom. He's got some family coming into town, so he's got to drive down to Linwood or somewhere to pick them up. So we just repacked both axles with some performance grease. What else did I do? Oh yeah, fix that boost gauge, the leak on that. And then, yeah, now we just got to figure out that little squeaky. Because that would definitely get annoying, so.
The one in the back's annoying.
Yeah, it is to you, but he doesn't hear it, and I don't hear anything. I mean, I hear like a buzz.
Yeah, the buzz. Yeah, that one.
But that almost, I don't know what that is.
It's coming from the back from on the right.
Huh. Young ears compared to old ears, I suppose.
Yeah. It's kind of like, when like...
It's like a buzzy bee or something, is it?
Yeah, like a bee is like swarming around your ears. That's what it sounds like.
Sorry. No, I've said that a million times, but I'll figure it out. And it sure does pull nice. Okay, here we go. We got the 8mm 12-point star drive. I'm going to remove these axles here. If I don't knock the camera over. Just without the extension, you'll need the extension for the other side. So this is just a 3/8 gun, nothing too much. Go, and then you just go around, take them all off, spin the wheel, and just work your way around until you get them all out, and then we'll go around and do the other side of the axle close to the wheel here in a second. There you go, one more. Okay. There you go. And then put a little extension on it so you can, and I'll show you why, because to spin this camera around. So just inside there, see if I can show you that. Let me put some light on in there. There's a bit of a depth in there, so you've got to get in there a ways. So let me put the flash on. You don't need an extension like this. You can have just a normal size one, but you're just obviously going to need a long extension just to get into here, like that. And then the same as I just did on the other side. We come over a little bit, and I'm just going to work my round, take them all off. Kind of showing you in real time here, so show you how long this takes to get an axle out once you got it in the air. So that was real time, and we're what, 2 minutes in once you got it up in the air, 2.5 minutes, and then we're just going to repack these. So you go, now we got them on the ground, we're going to pull back these boots on both sides, and we're going to repack these with performance grease, because this is on a 1.8T, but that's pretty much how you get the axles out. And then we're going to get these all cleaned up, put some new grease in, and then we'll reinstall them. And then alright, well, thanks for watching. If you stuck around to the end, I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll keep these videos going. Got plenty of other customers coming, and we hopefully will have something fun coming up pretty soon. So it's a pretty special car, I think. So anyway, catch you on the flip side.